Hey guys, it's Ryan and Haley back with Mindset Mission Media, and today we're talking about some of the metrics and outreach and activities that you should be doing to drum up more title business in your daily activity. What's up, Haley? How's it going?
What's up, Ryan? Good. So kind of what our typical day looks like and how, it's really important to time block and how we have things really set up. So first things first is like we get our morning started. We always have our mindset. So first we get into our morning, have our routines. And then first thing I like to do is I like to get into our calls. So first is I like to make sure, call any closings that came in that morning. If there's anything that came in while I was getting ready, the 8 a.m.s that came in, make sure to get those out. There's open listings. I like to break up the calls a little bit because we want to try to hit at least 20 calls a day is what we are shooting for.
Well, and 20 and 25 calls a day is a metric, and a lot of people say, man, how do you get to that many calls? Well, if you call your new openings, call your new closings, call the agents on the other side of those openings and closings, and then call the meetings you had in the last 2 weeks or month, whatever gets you to 25, 30. We shoot for 40 calls a day. And you can just segment it out. Maybe you had a leverage event, which is one of the metrics we'll talk about, and you saw 3 people that you had meaningful connection with. Call those people, check in on them. The goal is to get to a certain metric you're comfortable with that you're performing on a daily basis. Because if you're not on the phones, you're not setting up the face-to-faces, you're not setting up the consults, and you're not staying top of mind. And where you don't, others will. So you need to hit your metrics so that your voice is the narrative in your customer's mind. What about office visits?
Well, I was going to say one thing that I love about like breaking up the calls real quick is it just breaks it up. You have that opportunity. You can call the other side. We get a lot of pull through with the other side on the calls. So getting on the phones, making sure that happens, setting those metrics, 20 to 25 a day, and then having your CRM set up. That's something that when I get stuck, I can look at our CRM and I can see so many different people that are on drip campaigns that I can go back and call, and I can make it a follow-up call because they got my email. I can see they opened emails. I can see what segment of the campaigns they're on. So having your CRM set up really helps you make those calls.
Yeah, and start with 5 or 6 warm calls with people that are going to be like, what's up, like you're homies with, and then get into the colder ones. But 25, 30 calls, it's doable. If you do that every day, you're going to look up in 6 months and you're going to have more business than you know what to do with. Office visits, we try to hit 3 times a week, at least 5 consults or office visits. Try to do the same in that metric, but I really wanted to touch on leveraged events because we just came off of a massive 2 yesterday where we had a training for one of our big brokerages where there were 40 agents or so, and then we went to the house party at this $25 million home in La Jolla, and there had to be 150 agents there.
Yeah,
so
at least. So leveraged events are huge because that's so much value, at least trying, but go in there with metrics. So we want to give you guys metrics to go in there, at least have 5 meetings. When you're in sometimes that big of a place, it can get a little overwhelming too, right? And you're like, oh my God, there's so many people here. Who do I talk to? So having metrics set up on how many people that you want to have meaningful conversations with, how many cards you want to get, how many people you want to put into your CRM to follow up with, to have a consult. So see how it's kind of like a circle, how everything flows into the consults to setting up your day, because that's part of time management. Because if you don't set up your day is going to run you. So by making your calls, having 3 to 5 consults a day, going to at least 2 to 3 leveraged events a week, that sets up your entire day because then you have all the follow-up from your consults, your leveraged events, which leads into your calls, and then you set up more consults to more leveraged events. So having those metrics set up. So those are 3 main things that Ryan and I try to set up every day.
Absolutely.
Well, every week.
So that's it for this segment, but just remember, if you work your plan, your plan starts to work for you. So I really appreciate it. Thank you, Haley. We'll see you on the next little tidbit that we do for Mindset Mission Media. Until then, see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks.